Life support systems activated. Scanner damaged. Repair required. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete.
Hello and welcome to the Brothers of Gaming. I am Jim Pugh and today I want to give you my first impressions of No Man's Sky. Basically I'm playing this on my girlfriend's PC, so it's not my normal setup, so I apologise for the quality and the stuttering. There has been a lot of problems with this game though, but I'll tell you what my system I'm playing it on. It's an Intel i5 2500K CPU running at 3.3 GHz, has 8 GB of RAM, and it's running on a GeForce 750 Ti. Cool. Now we've got that out of the way, let's say a little about the game. So this is where I've started off. It's a cold planet, and basically I've discovered this little thing which is basically an atlas guide. So it's a bit like a tutorial, so once you do that, it guides you through the game and tells you what to do at the very start, but other than that it's a massive sandbox. But also, at the end of the video, make sure you stick around to the end, because I will tell you, if you have pre-ordered the game, there's a little bug you have to do before you claim your ship, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how to get around that bug, so make sure you stay around to the end. Cool. So basically all I'm doing now is exploring my starting area. That's my ship, and it's broken basically, and I have to now go around trying to find out how to fix it. But I haven't really got a clue what I'm doing, to be honest. I've watched a few videos, so I did find out in the end that all I have to do is look inside the ship like this, and then you can see basically that there is some broken parts of the ship. These are the settings, the volume and the sensitivity. There's not many settings in the game at the moment, but as you can see I've got everything on medium, and if you do turn off VSync and anti-aliasing and all that cool stuff, and you turn it down, if you have got a low end PC like the one I'm playing on, it does actually make it a lot smoother, but the graphics don't look as good. And when I play this on my PC at home, on my normal setup, I have like a 980. It's really good, and it will run a lot smoother, and the graphics will look a lot better. So I do apologise for the state of the graphics, but this is No Man's Sky. Basically, procedurally generated universe with God knows how many planets. Everything's presumably generated, even the life forms and the plants and everything like that. And I don't know how they did it, but I think what they did do is just get loads of different parts, like thousands and thousands of different parts, and somehow put them together to make every planet unique. And we just, what's this bit then? I am doing a voiceover because my girlfriend's house is very noisy, so I had to wait until my girlfriend was putting the kids to bed before I could even do a voiceover. But look at this bad boy over here. Here we go. Look at the state of this mouth. Look at it. It's got some sort of like tentacle mouth on it. What the hell is it? Some sort of like dinosaur, like platypus type crossbreed thing. God knows what it is. Oh, and that's a plant, a little golden plant that I found. Very interesting. Let's get a closer look at this dinosaur. There he is. Look at that monstrosity of a being. Obviously every time you go to a different planet, it's all got its own life and everything, and you can, I didn't know how to do it at the start, but I've worked it out now. You can actually scan all these life forms, and then you can, say if you're the first person to discover them, you can actually rename them and then upload them to the Atlas database, which is part of the game. And then like, other players, say if another player landed on this planet, he would see that with my name on it, and it would like say discovered by Jim Pugh. So that's another cool thing about the game. Look at him. Oh yeah, you do have a little jetpack on this game, and it's only got so much power, and if you run out while you're in mid-air and hit the floor, you can actually die from fall damage, so you've got to be really careful on that. My first impressions of the game though, it does seem like, you know, quite laggy, and there's been a lot of complaints, has had mixed reviews on Steam, which is a bit worrying, but they did do a little speech about it on Steam actually. Let's have a look, see if I can log in and see it. Ah, here it is. Temporary workarounds. Frame rate stutters during play. We are tracking a problem with the graphics card shader cache, causing shaders to be built during gameplay. We have a workaround we are testing, which will use our own caching mechanism. In the meantime, playing the game, you will notice these stutters become far less frequent over time. If you alt-tab out of the game while in full screen mode, you aren't able to bring it back up. If it crashes, see fixes in progress. We're testing a fix for this, but if you have the game in borders window, alt-tabbing works like normal. Alternatively, go to NMS in Task Manager, which is No Man's Sky, and doing bring to front works. Finally, you can press the play button on the Steam interface, it brings the window back. On some GPUs configurations, setting max FPS to 60 gives sub 60 FPS. Bumping to 90 FPS or above resolves this issue. A fix is in progress. Sound crackling. Others have reported going to Windows sound options and lowering audio quality to DVD quality will resolve this. We're investigating. So as you can see, there are lots of issues. I will leave a link in the description so you can see what other ones there are. Oh yes, and in the game, basically you need to go inside a cave. When it gets really cold, you can actually die really quickly, but when you go inside of a cave, it's a lot warmer, and you can like survive the night, sort of thing. And there's a lot of elements in the game as well that's like completely sci-fi, as it would be though if you went to a different planet. You would find probably elements that don't exist on Earth. So I think that's what I think that's what Sean Murray was trying to accomplish when he decided to put all these elements in. There you go, and as you can see, the temperature levels are stabilizing now. Getting some plutonium. That can be used to like recharge your technology. A bit of iron. And oh yeah, it took me ages to work out how to I'd make these plate things to like repair my technology in my ship, like my boosters and stuff like that. That was really tough to do because I couldn't work out how to do it, because it was saying press X and I was using the keyboard and mouse, but really it meant X on the controller because I had the controller plugged in as well. So there is a few little bugs that need to be ironed out, and a little bit more polish needs to be put in. Hopefully that'll get sorted out in the next patch. But I am pretty impressed with the game. I'm not really impressed of how they've brought it out though on the PC, but I think they're under a lot of pressure to get it out. I'm very confident though that this game will be have us all of its, well, the majority of the bugs and everything else and the issues ironed out. And for a very small man, like 10-man team, to make this game of such a scale, and you know, this is the thing, by the way, I've just found that that's the thing that lets you scan things, but I didn't actually work that out on this video. But you can actually like point at things they haven't discovered, and then you use it to basically you discover them. You discover like the plants or the animals, and you can rename them. It is pretty cool, I must admit. And if you get like cash bonuses as well for discovering new things, and if you discover all the life forms on the planet, you do get like a big massive cash bonus as well. Oh yeah, and those little canisters that say Atlas Plus there, I'm not quite sure what that is yet, but it's something to do with the Atlas tutorial, I think. But apparently you can craft hacking things to get into them as well. But if you do disturb the planet's natural cycle too much, those little sentry things you saw floating around do attack you. Now here I am making those carbonite sheets, whatever they're called, and I'm going to repair my my boosters on my ship, so then I should be able to fly it around. I do believe I do put them into, yeah, because you have 3 different inventories, so your exosuit, ship inventory, and your multi-tool inventory. So I've just transferred them there to the ship inventory. And there we go, I've repaired it. But I've just realised that there's another part that needs to be, it's like the boost bit of the engine, that's like launch thrusters, but the boost engine needs to be repaired as well, which needs a certain mineral which is called hendrium or something like that. And it's in this big pillar here. And there we go, we see another little creature. Obviously it's quite scared, it's running away, and they go on little packs as well. And sometimes you see them, oh yeah, sometimes you can feed them resources as well. I've made that one little chappy happy, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, do make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm going to tell you what you need to do before. You must do this before you claim your pre-order ship if you did pre-order the game. So this is hendrium, what it was called. That's going to help me fix my booster thing for my ship. And a little cut there, just to show you. Now I'm actually inside the column now, and that's given me like temperature. It's actually warmed me up for being inside of there, which is pretty cool as well. So I think I've got enough now of what I need. So now I actually can repair it remotely as well. So I've repaired it now. But as you can see, it needs some thorium-9 to charge up the pulse engine. So basically I can't do boosts. But there's plenty of asteroids in space where you can get that mineral from, which I'm about to go and get now. So there you go, that was my first journey milestone completed. So that is really cool. So that is like repairing the ship. Every little thing you do in the game, you get like a kind of reward for it, like this. Then I go on and snap my legs in half because I jumped too high. So now I do believe that we are going to fly off into space, but without a booster, so it's going to be a bit slow. I do believe I did do a cut here as well, just to get it. There we go, another milestone accomplished. Floating about like I don't give a shit. So it's obviously it's much faster to try and get around it. The planet's surface in this ship, and for some reason I'm shooting that to try and get stuff out of it, but I don't think it worked. There we go, I'm going up, flying up, flying up, flying up, up and away into space we go. Wow. And it's obviously it's obvious, but there's no loading time in between, like coming out of the within the solar system. There's no loading time. The only loading time you do get is when you fly between stars. It's basically some sort of like warp animation, like cleverly disguised as a loading screen. You wouldn't know it was, but once that there you go. And now I'll shoot some of these asteroids to get some of that fuel from our booster, which we do need to make the ship go really fast. So as you can see, the game is a little bit laggy on this system. A little cut there because I've got enough fuel now. I can't wait to test out on my proper game PC at home. Here we go. So we're now boosting now towards the space station. I just wanted to check out the space station really. There's another little cut there, we're at the space station. Another little cut to go into it. Some cool music. It's my first space station. Woo. There we go. Yeah, there's been a lot of people complaining about the PC issues, but I am sure they are definitely going to get ironed out. Oh yeah, I go up to this door and it needs another bloody Atlas pass, which I don't really have. So if anyone knows how to get these bloody Atlas passes, please let me know. I do know you can craft hacking stuff. Oh yeah, and then alien lands, clips straight through. So there's another bug there. Nearly get knocked the fuck out by the spaceship spinning around. But you can actually talk to them as well, and they can offer to buy their ships, and you can barter and trade with the aliens and the ships. And all the different places you go to, there's different races, and they're all procedure generated as well. So as you can see, there's some sort of lizard man here talking to me with his little iPad, telling me he wants me to. He gave me like offer to trade or buy his ship. I couldn't afford his ship, but anyway, a beacon did appear when I went to that space station back on the planet I was at, so I've gone back to it now, and this has come closer to the bit where we find out what we need to do before we collect our pre-order ship. So there has been reported there's a lot of problems with this, collecting your pre-order ship before you do this part of the Atlas like tutorial. So there you go. I've just clicked on a scanner thing, and it's like a waypoint, and it shows you like all the close points of interest within the area of the actual scanner thing. So that's basically what I do now. I just keep on going to all of the different ones. And what has happened? I keep going to all the different ones, collecting all the loot and everything, until I find the thing I do need to find before I get my ship. Make sure you do watch my next video, because on my next video I will be unlocking the ship you get for pre-ordering the game. And I don't know how much better it is than the actual starter ship you get, but I'm hoping that's good. There we go. I found another one of those scanner things, and it's actually got me to the intelligent life form on the planet. So I make my way over there to see who he is, and I do believe this is the guy. This is the guy that gives you something very special. Let's just land. Landing now, landing, come on. Initiate landing sequence. A lot of people have complained about the flight mechanics whilst you're on land, because it kind of like tries to steer you towards the ground quite a lot, which is a bit strange. But it's handy that it has got automatic landing, but it's, you know, it always tries to steer you. Feels like it's like, I don't know, the controls aren't that good really for flying. Some people say they are, but it's definitely better on the controller than it is on the keyboard and mouse. There must be some patch or something they can bring out to fix that. So yeah, here we go. Let's go and see. This is the guy. What's he going to give us that's going to let us... Basically, I'll tell you about it now. There's the guy. Look at the state of him. He's got some sort of like brainwave hat on or something that's giving him brainwaves. I don't know what he's got on. Some sort of music device. He's giving me some money. Cheers for that. And now I'm going to speak to him again. What he's going to give me is a blueprint for a hyperdrive. Now it's very important you get this blueprint for the hyperdrive because before you claim your ship, because if you don't, apparently this bit doesn't happen and you never get a blueprint for a hyperdrive, and apparently they're really hard to get. So I do recommend, if you're going to, before you claim a ship, to do this like in your normal ship. I'll read it. A lone creature awaits me, diminutive, beaked, unthreatening, regards me with passing curiosity, chatters briefly in a language I cannot comprehend, and passes me a slate. With a start I realise that I cannot understand the text on it. In disbelief I try to catch the creature's eye, but it has already turned away in disinterest. I suspect in a mere conjure that I'm... Oh God. Seems a bit stressed, but I've took the blueprint now. So once you've done that bit and you have, you know, make sure you save the game, make a checkpoint by getting in and out your ship. You should be safe to use your ship. There we go. We've got the hyperdrive and we're good to go. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you did like this first impressions. I mean, I do love the game already, so. And I can't wait to try it out on my home PC, which will be a lot less laggy than it is now. But yeah, this is impressions what you'll probably get if you've got a low-end PC. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.